Yo, 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 good morning, everybody. We're out today doing a little driving for dollars with the new BatchDriven app. And this app is pretty sharp. This is only the second or third time that I've used it, but it is pretty sharp. I like that you're able to skip trace and text message straight from the app. It also has a lot of features like direct mail and some other cool stuff built into it. And I am out driving for dollars right now, and I want to play with this app a little bit real quick. Let's see if I can learn how to use it here in the next 30 minutes. Again, this is like my first time actually out in the field using it. So I want to show my past driving routes. You can change it from satellite to standard. Looks like it's set to track. And if I change, so we can have deal status and colors. So let's give it a shot, guys. Let's learn it. Only the best way to do it is to just do it. No more analysis paralysis. We're going to get out and we're going to find some houses that look like they need some work, and we're going to plot them on our app, and we're going to send a postcard or skip trace them and call them or send them a text and see if they have interest in selling their property. Let's go down this street right here, see if we can't find some distressed houses. That's our goal today, is to find a couple distressed houses. Look like they need some work, and plot those properties on the map here. So I'm actually out in Chesterfield, Missouri today, which is it's a nicer part of town. By all means, bigger houses out here, higher values. So I'm going to probably find less properties that are distressed. This one's got some old windows right here. So we could probably mark that one. I think it's this one here. It's 16047. The addresses on these bigger houses are hard to read. So when you click on this, it's now going to prompt me, and it's going to say it's owner occupied. They have 63 grand in equity. Looks like it's owned by a guy named James. So we are going to save that property to our list, and we're going to keep it going. So today, again, this is like the second or third time I've used the app, but it's the first time I've used the app when I've actually been driving. They do some really cool virtual driving for dollars as well. And I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I went in and they said I'm 2 hours early. So whoops, my bad. So I have about an hour to kill, hour and a half to kill. And there's no better way to kill time than to get out and to drive for dollars. So here's another one right here. It looks like it could make for a good, it's 16420. I think it's this one right here, 16420. Nice. I'm going to save that one. And that one just got overgrown bushes and trees and stuff like that, so looks like it could use a little work. Again, I am in a nicer part of town, so I am well aware that I'm going to find less properties. This one right here with the pink shutters Looks like it could use a little work. We're going to select that one too. And that's 16443. We're going to save that one. Now, the cool thing about this app is it's an app and a website, guys. I'm using the app right now because I'm out driving around trying to locate properties. Man, look how pretty these trees are. If you're not from the Midwest or a place that has fall, you are missing out right now. Man, these trees are beautiful. Yellows, reds, there's even some oranges and some pinks. I mean, this is just beautiful. So, all the more reason to get your ass off the couch, get out and do a little D for D. Some of our best deals have come from driving for dollars. Absolutely love getting out and driving for dollars. Look at these trees, man. Look at these trees. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's go find the distressed properties. Where are my distressed properties? I'm going to find me a good rehab out this way. So what I'm typically looking for, guys, I'm looking for tall grass. I'm looking for bushes that are overgrown. I'm looking for trees that need to come down or have already come down but haven't been cleaned up. I'm looking for gutters that are overflowing. I like to see gutters that have trees growing out of them. I'm looking for old windows. I'm looking for broken down cars in the driveways. I'm looking for gutters hanging off houses. I'm looking for boarded up windows. Now, out here in Chesterfield, it's going to be pretty rare that I find boarded up windows on these houses, especially in the neighborhood that I'm in. But often in parts of town where the houses aren't as nice, or you're not in as affluent of an area, you're going to see a lot of tarps on roofs. You're going to see boarded up windows. Let's go ahead and save that one. I need to pay attention here. You're going to see a lot of that stuff. But out here, I'm really looking just for properties that just look like they haven't been, they've been kind of neglecting them, I think would be the best word for the neighborhood that I'm in right now. And there's really no right or wrong place to drive for dollars, guys. I mean, we buy houses sometimes for $2,000 or $3,000 driving for dollars. Other times we'll spend $300,000 buying the property. The property. So there's no right or wrong place to drive for dollars. This one right here looks like it's got some overgrowth. And that's basically this one right there. Looks like it could use a little love. The siding definitely has signs of mold. Could be power washed. The trees and the bushes in the front all look like they need to be trimmed back. So you definitely have, oh, look at that tree right there. Holy cow. Beautiful. We only got another maybe week or two before all these leaves are gone. That's one of the beautiful things about the Midwest, guys, is you get all 4 seasons. It's about to be colder than shit in the winter here, but the fall is a beautiful time. Well, I think that I can turn my map like that. Oh, it kind of resets on me. No big deal. No big deal. But this BatchDriven app is pretty sharp. If you guys haven't used it yet, check it out. I believe they do a 7-day free trial. You can get 50% off your first month if you use code DAVE, or just click the link below. I think both of them will work, the link or the code. And I'm buddies with the owner over there, and they are doing big things. I like all the batch services. They have Batch Leads, which does the list stacking, the skip tracing, and the cold SMS texting. They got the Batch Dialer, which is the multi-line dialer, and I'm beta testing that right now. And then they got BatchDriven. So these guys are like, you're talking about marketing to motivated sellers. They have their shit together. I love it. So batch services in general, I am a huge fan. So I figured, hell, I'm going to get out and test the Driving for Dollars app. I'm already using the other two services. I might as well go full bore, guys. Check it out. So again, I'm out looking for distressed properties today. I'm looking for properties that have any sign of distressed sellers, distressed owners. And basically, again, I'm in a nicer neighborhood here today, just killing time before my doctor's appointment. And I just figured, hell, let's get out and let's do a little D for D. No better way to pass the time by trying to find that next rehab project. And I like doing these live streams because it helps me get free credits by promoting the product. But really, at the end of the day, I'm just doing what I would have normally been doing, right? I'm out looking for deals. I mean, that's really what it comes to. Now look at this one. This is a good one here, guys. The house doesn't really show any signs, that they're distressed per se. However, they got bushes that are overgrown. And, it's just kind of a numbers game when you're out here doing a little Driving for Dollars. So it's something that you want to be aware of. So this one's $27.58. And it looks like it's this one right here. Let's see if that, $27.58. So, that could be a good one. The house itself looks like it's in good shape, but it definitely needs some landscaping, and you never know. Maybe they're distressed. So definitely a numbers game. Look how beautiful these trees are, guys. This is my favorite time of year. It's 72 degrees today, and just a beautiful morning. Pretty. Got a little rain this morning, so we got a little water on the ground, and all these trees are changing colors. Look at this orange one right in front. Man, that's pretty. So basically, though, yeah, we're out here doing a little D for D, and we're trying to find those distressed houses. And as you can see in the neighborhood here, I've already plugged about 6 of them, give or take, it looks like. And I love that it does the route tracking. Some of the other apps I've used have do the route tracking, which is really neat. And let's go back to the left here. There's a couple streets. So the route tracking makes it really helpful to kind of know where you're at. And I believe it changes colors as time goes on. So after, you get through 6 months, it'll change to a different color and so on and so forth. But some of our biggest deals have actually come from Driving for Dollars. And as you can see on the screen, the right side of my screen is actually what you're seeing on my phone. That's my app. And the left side, I just got my camera mounted up on the dashboard here so you guys can see what I'm seeing out the front window. So you got a lot of mold on this one right here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. And, it's like, hey, maybe they're aware, maybe they're not. Maybe they're not aware of it at all. But if they're not, they could use a little love. So let's go up here and figure out which one this is, and we're going to mark that one here as well. It looks like this one right here. Is there no address? Man, why do these houses not have addresses? What's going on? So if I want to click View Details and Save, I can go over there, and that's the house right there. Looks like it was built in the year I was born, 1984. It's a 4.2, and it's got information about the property. Now, this is a cool feature, guys. If you're watching, check this out. Now, this is just one that I found here randomly, but I can click the skip trace feature right here, and boom, just like that. I mean, you're talking 2 seconds later, I now have phone numbers and emails And if I wanted to send a text straight from this app, I can actually click send text, and I can send a text straight from the app. I'm not going to send this text right now because I'm really just out looking to add some properties to my list this morning. But I really like that you can send the text from the app versus the cell phone. If you follow me at all, you'll know that I'm a big proponent of separating my personal life from my business. So I don't typically give my cell phone to the seller at this point in my career. Now, if you are new, give your cell phone to the seller, guys. Get out in the field. But if you've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years like me, you don't want your phone blowing up all day, every day. So I do tell my students, in the beginning, get your phone ringing, right? If you don't already have a phone system, get your phone ringing. But I have a phone system, and I don't want to do it from my cell phone here. Now, again, the app is really, really neat. I don't see anything distressed in this little area, but I do see some really pretty trees. What I like about the app is it has its own phone number. So you get a phone number when you sign up and you log in, and from there, you can text from that phone number. So this will also kind of help keep the business and the personal separated. All these inbound texts will come to the app, not your phone. So you can essentially kind of turn it on and turn it off, which is something that I really, really like. I don't want to be calling or texting from my cell phone today, because then I can't turn it off. There's some really pretty yellow trees up ahead here. But I really, really, really like all the services that these guys are offering. So, all right, let's try to find another couple here before I head back to the doctor's office for my annual physical and blood work. Gotta make sure I'm healthy and that I don't have any diseases. All right, so again, I'm in a nicer area, guys. If you're just joining me, I'm out driving for dollars today. Beautiful 70-degree fall day here in mid-Missouri, in St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm just out looking for my next rehab or my next rental property. This neighborhood is probably not going to make for good rentals unless I'm able to buy a house at 50 cents on the dollar. But these houses here are going to make for really good fix and flips and rehabs. And I've already seen a couple for sale signs. Now, I personally don't typically call houses that are listed, but there is a whole approach and a whole strategy for that. I know a lot of people. I've personally bought a lot of houses that have been listed, but they typically have been listed for a really long time, or they have a lot of price cuts, or they are even expired listings. Typically, if a house is listed, the owner isn't motivated to sell. Not always, of course, but their motivation typically is getting the most amount of money, not selling it fast. And as a real estate investor, I have zero interest in paying full price. Literally zero. Why would I want to do that, right? Why would I want to pay full price for a property? I wouldn't be able to make any money. And if you're not into the fix and flip or the rental business and you just want a wholesale, well, hell, you can't pay full price. You'd be an idiot. You'd be spinning your tires, right? You gotta buy at a discount. So that's what we do as investors, guys. We are offering people convenience. We're saying, hey, we can buy this house. We can close fast. We can pay cash. And guess what? You don't have to make any repairs. You don't have to clean. You don't even have to remove all of your hoarding possessions from this property. You can leave it. We're going to buy it as is. But in exchange for all of that convenience, we got to get a discount. We gotta get a discount on this property. And if we don't get a discount, then it's not gonna really be worth our time. So I'm back on a major road here, and it looks like I got about 45 more minutes before I gotta be back at the doctor. So I'm gonna do another 30 minutes here, a little D for D. So let's get back into a neighborhood. And let me look at my map here and kind of see. I think if I maybe, you know what, let's go straight. Let's get through this stoplight here, and I think we'll have a couple good opportunities. You know what? Changing my mind. Let's go up this way, actually. And we'll make a left here. And I don't really drive around these areas all that much, which is good, though. Again, there's no right or wrong place, guys, to get out and do a little D for D. Any place is a good place. You just got to find the ones that are distressed. Now, one pro tip I can give you is it's going to be much easier. Here, I just found one, 355. And it looks like they've got old windows and old gutters, so we're going to save that one here. And I like to get off the main road, and the reason is I got a car behind me, and I don't like to be rushed. I've actually been in a couple accidents, mostly with curbs, but I have been hit by a car driving for dollars, because you're typically looking at your phone, you're looking at properties, and it can be a little distracting. So my advice to you would be keep it safe, go slow, and stay off the major roads, because then you're going to be dealing with traffic. And it's nice when you are in a neighborhood, you can just pull over and let somebody go around you. But if you're on a major road, you can't really do that. You also don't have as many houses on the, or you don't have as many houses on the main roads as you are back in the neighborhood. So back in the neighborhoods is really where you want to be. I don't know who that is, so we're going to go say no thank you. And let's get back to our D4D. So guys, if you want to check out the BatchDriven app, you get a 7-day free trial. I think you get 50 free skip traces with my code Dave. Definitely check that out. And just if you're interested, check it out. If after 7 days you don't think it's for you, then cancel your membership, right? There's no obligation to try it out. And if you don't have a lot of resources for sending mail, or let's say you don't have, a big budget, this is the best way to find deals. Just get the app, go out and find some distressed properties, and you can do one-off postcards from the app, or you can just text and call straight from this app. All right, guys, look at this. I'm going to pull in the driveway for just a second, but I mean, in this neighborhood, this is kind of a diamond in the rough here, right? Or a rough one in amongst the diamonds, however you want to word it. But I'm definitely going to mark that one. And actually, there's a couple in this little cul-de-sac. There's like 3 of them here. So this one, I think, was going to make for a good property right here. The one next door to it, also, I'm looking straight at it right now. Looks like it could use a little love. We're going to save that one. And then it looks like maybe 2 or 3 houses down. This one straight ahead. 1, 2, 3. That one right there. Also, right? And again, if I click on these properties, I can change the status to hot, or maybe currently marketing, or dead. And I can change the list. I'm just in Chesterfield. Again, this is only the 2nd or 3rd time I've used this app here. I can take a photo of the app, or of the house, if I wanted to maybe send a postcard. Or you have the ability to use the Google image. Again, you can skip trace. You can manually add an email or a phone, but I like to let's do another quick instant skip trace. 1, 2 seconds. Boom, I got their numbers. I got their emails. Guys, this is a game changer, right? I can set up a campaign. I can actually have a drip campaign set up to text these guys, these owners, right? Or send them some mail. It looks like you can add property tax, which I haven't gotten into. There's my property description. Tells me a little bit about it. Looks like they have an assessment and tax. How much tax does this house cost? It's $5,000 a year in tax. It's about right for this neighborhood. You can see your sale and your loan information, right? How much is the mortgage balance? It looks like it's 66 grand. I mean, come on, guys. This app is a game changer. You got demographics. You can do activities and notes. You can do a navigator. You can even click the Zillow button and takes it straight over to Zillow, so you can get more information about the property. Wow, this is freaking cool. I like it. I'm a fan already. I am a fan. I love it. Guys, this is definitely probably one of the easiest ways and cheap. I would say this is probably the cheapest way that I know of to get into a deal. I mean, you're talking probably less than $100 a month to have the app and to get out and do a little D for D. You can text and call and email and send postcards all from the app. I mean, come on, this is awesome. This is a game changer. So guys, check it out. 7-day free trial. No obligation. If you don't want to continue, don't. But I can tell you right now, I am going to be using this app probably daily moving forward. Not only is it just an amazing way to find sellers and track them down and start communicating, open up that line of communication with it, but it's fun. I love going out and driving for dollars. And in fact, lately I've been telling myself, instead of sitting my ass on the couch and getting fat watching the fucking news that makes you depressed, let's change it up a little bit. Let's just get out and do a little D for D, right? An hour here, an hour there. It's a money-making activity, right? Money-making activity. Usually I have the radio cranking, and I'm just having a good old time doing this. But today I figured, hell, it's been a while since I've done a live stream with the Driving for Dollars purpose. And I just figured, hell, I'm going to talk to you guys. And if anybody has any questions, let me know. I'm watching my road and I'm watching my phone, but I'm also looking at the comments over here. So if you guys have any comments for me, let me know, and I'll see if I can't answer your questions here. So again, I'm out looking for some distressed properties. I'm looking for any sign that the seller may be distressed. And sometimes whenever we market to these sellers, they hadn't even really thought about selling. But they know after we send them a postcard or we reach out and cold call or cold text them, and it sometimes triggers the interest of wanting to sell after we say we're interested in buying, right? Another good thing is that I'm not a real estate agent or a broker, and I probably should get my license, but my partner Mike and my partner Bill are agents and brokers, so we have a brokerage. But we also get a lot of leads from our marketing efforts, right? So we're always trying to find that motivated seller that we can make an offer to and create a win-win situation. I mean, that's really the goal, folks. It's creating a win-win. We're not trying to steal houses from people. It drives me nuts when people say, "Oh, you guys are out just trying to steal houses." Well, that's not the case. Of course I'm not paying retail. Get out of here, right? No investor that is savvy is paying retail. But then again, you shouldn't pay retail for a house that needs 20, 30, 40, 80 grand worth of work, right? Why would you do that? So our goal is always to create win-win scenarios. It's to help somebody out of a situation. And here's the thing. When you come across a truly motivated seller, it's not about the money. It's about another problem, right? It's about them not wanting to deal with the property. And 100 times out of 100 times, the seller knows that I'm buying the property to make a profit. I am very clear about that. I let it be known. Hey, I'm out here to buy a property to make a profit. I'm not trying to do this to break even or to lose money. 100% of the time, they know that. But again, their motivating drive, their reason for making it a win-win is because they're not wanting to deal with the problem anymore. They can't afford it, or they don't want to fix it up, or they've inherited the property and they don't live in it. Maybe they don't even live in the same state, or maybe they're a tired landlord, right? There's so many reasons why somebody would be motivated to sell their property. So that's really what it comes down to when you're out here marketing for motivated sales. Oh, but what I was getting to, I got sidetracked there, guys. I'm sorry about that. But a lot of times we'll reach out to somebody that's, got a property that may show some signs of distress, or maybe it's just a list that we pulled from PropStream or something like that, right? And we mailed them or cold call them. And they raise their hand to say, hey, I do want to sell my house, but I owe almost what it's worth. So therefore, they can't take a lower offer because they would have to bring money to the table, and maybe that just isn't an option for them. Well, hey, guess what? Convert those leads into listings, right? And my primary focus isn't to get listings. This one here looks it looks okay. It looks like they take care of it. But my primary focus isn't to get listings, right? But why not have that tool in my tool belt, right? If somebody is going to raise their hand and say, hey, Dave, I got your postcard, or I got a voicemail or a text message from your team, and I am interested in selling, or I need to sell, but I can't afford to bring money to the table, to take an offer that I might make, but we still want to sell. So boom, we just pass that lead over to the agent side or the brokerage side of the business, and one of our lovely agents will reach out. Oh wow, guys, look at this. What is going on here? It looks like this is just maybe Halloween decorations, but do you see the boarded up windows? It's not really boarded up, it's just a decoration. They got all kinds of, but that's really cute. They got some stuff in the front, but it looks like they take care of their house. I mean, to the point where they're putting decorations up. So that's probably not going to be a lead that I'm going to want to add into my system here, but it is kind of funny that they did it that way. This one right next door, it looks like they're getting new siding put on. Got some guys out working and some ladders. Again, not necessarily a good lead, but you know what? Maybe it's somebody that's rehabbing it, or who knows. But it looks like they take care of it, so I'm going to not worry about that one today. But as you can see, I mean, I've been out for 30 minutes. I probably got another 15 or 20 minutes in me here. And yeah, we're just looking for signs of distress. A reason that somebody would maybe be motivated, right? And this is a numbers game. You can't expect to just jump in and do a 30-minute driving for dollars and get a deal. I mean, it can happen. It's definitely possible. But with the free trial, guys, with the 7-day free trial, you get 50 free skip traces. So, I would definitely encourage you guys to take the trial or use the trial and take advantage of those skip traces. Go out and find 50 distressed houses. And really, 50 is a pretty good number. If you find 50 distressed houses, there's a pretty good chance that you may find a deal out of that. But here's another thing. I get asked a lot. I get asked, hey, Dave, what's a good number? How many cold calls do I need to make? Or how many properties do I need to get in the system? Or how many leads do I need to have to get a deal? And that's a really difficult question to answer. And the reason is because it really comes down to how good at closing you are, or how motivated are those people on that list. So it may take me 6, 8, maybe 10 appointments to get a deal, maybe 3 or 4 to get a deal. It just depends, right? If you're new, it may take 15 or 20 or even 25. appointments to get a deal. So the better you get at it, the longer you've been doing it, the more experience you have, the better you're gonna get and the easier it's gonna become. So don't worry if you've been on 10 or 15 appointments and you haven't got a deal. That just means that you're closer to the deal. The more you do, the better you're going to be and the luckier you're going to get. I don't believe in luck. I truly don't believe in luck. But I like the saying, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And it just kind of rings so true, you know? Like, I believe you create your own luck. But you're not going to get lucky if you're sitting your ass on the couch. So get the fuck off the couch and get out and do something. All right? I mean, that's just how it is. You got to get off your fucking ass and do something. So pardon my language. I get very excited and I have a lot of passion for helping people, but it's hard to help people that don't want to help themselves. So you got to get up. Okay, so this one here, man, this is a newer house, but the mailbox is hanging by a thread. The bushes look like they could use a little bit of work. So we're going to add this one here. This would be this one right here. I think it's this one, right? Oh, wait, nope. That's not the right one. It's this one right here. I'm kind of a little twisted right now. A little turned around. So we're going to add this one right here. It looks like they got 90 grand in equity. I love it. That's what we want. We want those high equity deals, right? Those high equity deals are where it's at. All right. So let's find some new territory. I love that it traces on the map. I love that it saves that, right? So when you're getting out, and here's another cool thing about this app, guys, you can invite your team members into it. So I know that there's some people out there that will just hire people to go drive for dollars for them. And with this app, you don't need, multiple memberships. You can add team members to the app and you're all working together. And you can actually see the other driving routes of the other people. So you're not driving, man, look at these trees. Look how pretty this is. You can see the other people that are out driving on your team, right? So it's very, very, very helpful to make sure that you guys aren't driving the same neighborhoods or that you're not trying to hit the same houses. And it just makes for just efficiency, right? I mean, if you are out and you're using this app and you're using it a lot, there is no reason, I mean, I'm talking no reason for you to not, there's my alarm. I gotta head back here soon. There is no reason that you should not be able to locate a deal. I mean, absolutely no reason. You just gotta use it, right? I mean, deals don't just typically fall into your lap. Now they do sometimes, but it's the harder you work, the luckier you get, type of thing. If you tell everybody you know that you buy houses and you're interested in buying houses and you don't care if the house needs a lot of work, well, sooner or later somebody's going to reach out to you. Oh, this is a great one right here, guys. Let me back up and see if I can't point the camera on it a little bit. I mean, this looks like it could use some work. You got overgrown bushes. Grass is a little long in the back. And right next door, you got a new build. So this just looks like it was just going to make for a good one here, guys. Let me double check that my address is 309. It is. They got 130 grand worth of equity. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. And here's another view of the house coming right back. They got a fence in the front yard. It's either for privacy or they have pets, but the siding on the side is all rotted. I mean, this is just it's all wood siding. It's rotted. I mean, that's just the epitome of what I'm looking for today, guys. I'm looking for signs of distress. Man, that's a good one right there. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, let's try to find some new area here. Looks like this was a dead end. So we're going to get back out and find a new street. Find some new territory. All right. It looks like Ricky said, how much is the monthly fee for the app? I don't know. It's a good question. I think it's like $50. I think 50 or 60 or 70. It's not that much, man. I mean, you're talking for 50, 60 bucks a month. It's basically the cost of a nice dinner. So one nice dinner a month gets you access to this app, Ricky. And then the next question was, how many houses you have to collect weekly to make it a consistent business? Well, it's another good question, but to be consistent, that means that you do it often. So if that means that you can do 100 a week and you do it every week, keyword there is consistent, and again, you're going to stumble across a deal, right? If you add 1,000 houses a week, then that just means you're going to come across a deal 10 times faster. So great question. More. I think the answer is more. The more you do it, the faster you're going to get a deal, and the more deals you're going to have in your pipeline. But if you're not doing it consistently, then you shouldn't do it at all. I mean, that's just kind of my mindset. I am kind of frank and blunt when it comes to that. But if you could get out and do this, maybe 2 or 3 times a week for an hour or 2 hours at a time, I think that would probably be enough. I'm going down the same street that I've done already, so maybe we'll just keep driving. So look how much I've done so far. I mean, this has only been 42 minutes, and I've already added quite a few potential deals to the pipeline. Now, again, just because I'm out driving and I'm locating these deals right now, this is only half of it, right? I'm going to have to then export these leads and cold call them, or I can send text straight from the app, which is probably what I'll do, or I can send mail from the app to these people as well. So there's lots of different ways of marketing to them. And if you get really good at the app, this is only the second or third time I've used it. So I would imagine that I'll get good at this app over time, and I'll be able to do the marketing while I'm driving for dollars. Today, my goal was just to kind of get out and get a little bit more familiar with the app and do the marketing this afternoon. So any house that I'm able to locate today, oh, hi, puppy. Got a dog chasing me. Any house that I'm able to locate today is I'm just plotting the property. I'm not really doing any marketing at this moment because not only am I driving and I'm doing the app, but I'm also doing a little promoting. So I don't want to take on too much. Man, this house on my left here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 car garage. Holy cow. Oh no, a 7th car. It's got another one. 7 cars. Wow, that is a big ass garage, guys. So yeah, back to it though. I mean, there's really no answer to that. It's just kind of, the more you do it, the better you're going to be at it. The more prospects you're going to have in your pipeline to market to, the more opportunity you're going to have to set some appointments, and the better you're going to get at all of the above, right? So whenever somebody asks me, hey, Dave, how much marketing should I do? Well, first I say, how much have you done? And if the answer is none, then just start doing something. And this is probably the cheapest, most cost-effective approach. Get out and drive for dollars. Your cost to drive for dollars is the cost of the app, or you can use the 7-day free trial. And then, of course, the gas. I have a Tesla, so I'm burning energy here. I'm just burning energy. It cost me about $2 to fill up my battery. $2. So I can go out and drive for dollars for 4, maybe 5 hours for $2, right? If you have a gas car, well, you're going to spend a little bit more money on your gas, but how much does it really cost to drive your car for 2 hours? I mean, you're talking $5, maybe $10. Come on. If you don't have $5 or $10, you probably shouldn't be in the business, right? You should probably be trying to figure out how you can save some money. So I'm out looking for deals, guys. I'm out driving for dollars, trying to find my next rehab, my next fix and flip. Looking for those distressed properties. On the right of the screen here, you can actually see my cell phone. You can see what I am looking at. And if I zoom out, you can see what I've done on my drive today. So I've hit a couple, and I've got a couple of properties in the map here. This is really cool, guys. I'm digging this app. I'm digging it. And I'm also digging these trees and how pretty it is today. 70, I'm gonna roll my window down. 74 degrees this morning. We had a nice little rain this morning. It is just pretty. Got low humidity today because of the rain this morning. Typically in St. Louis, the humidity will kill you. You'll be sweating your ass off just looking out the window. All right, nothing to be seen here, folks. No distressed properties in this cul-de-sac. That's all right. Man, look at this tree. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, I got to find myself a new road, a new neighborhood to hit. Probably got another 10 minutes or so before I got to head back for my physical. Let's go back down here. Looks like we got a couple more comments here. Let me see if I can't read these without crashing. How many properties on average do you have to add on average per deal? I heard 3,000 from several people. And Howie also said, how many properties do you have? Oh, wait, that's the same thing twice. Weird. So here's the thing, Howie. It's a good question, but it's hard to answer. Because if I drove around all day and just added the ones that had crazy amounts of distress, man, I could probably add 100 properties and get a deal, or less. Shit, maybe 30 or 40. If I really worked those hard, meaning that I did everything in my power to get that seller or that owner on the phone, right? If I was out, I'm talking go door knock and or, call them, email them, postcard them, do everything in my power to get them on the phone. Basically once I had my list of 50 or 100, I wasn't interested at that point to go get more. I'm just going to work these leads and these leads super hard, and I'm going to work them so hard that I'm going to get every one of these people on the phone. No matter how hard it is to do that, I could probably get a deal out of 50 to 100. Now, if I'm not going to work that hard, though, and I'm not going to care so much, let me clean my window for you guys, and I'm not going to work so hard into making sure that I get every single person. There we go. And I'm just going to send a postcard or two and send some text. Well, then it's going to take more. So 3,000 to get a deal, I think that's a little crazy, to be honest. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one right here. So this one's on my left. And it looks like, what's my address on this one? 16326. Is it that one? Oh, they're opening their garage. Let's see here. 16326. That's 325. It's the other side of the street. 16326. The one I want. 16322. Maybe it's this one here. Where you at? There it is. Hey, I got 100,000 in equity too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So yeah, it's a great question, but don't dive too deep into analyzing it, man. 3,000. If it's taking you 3,000 properties to get a deal, you're terrible at closing, in my opinion. Here's another one right ahead of me here. That looks like it could make for a good deal. This looks like it could use some landscaping. Who knows? I've also found that, if you're in a neighborhood that I'm in, like right here, where it's pretty good sized houses. These houses are probably anywhere from 300 to 500 grand. And if you're in an area like I'm in here today, you're going to probably have less properties on each street. Well, you are for sure, that are going to have signs of distress. If you're in a lower value neighborhood or an area that is not as affluent, I think is a good way to word that, you're going to have more properties that are distressed because you're going to have less people that have disposable income to plant nice stuff in their yard, or to fix that roof when it starts leaking, or to get the gutters rehung once they fall off the house, right? So on and so forth. Or, it's going to be rare that you're going to see a broken down car in a driveway in the neighborhood that I'm in today. Man, look at these trees. So pretty. But if you're in an area where the average home value is 40 grand versus 400 grand, you're going to see a lot more of that. You're going to see those tarps on the roofs and those boarded up windows and those broken down cars in the driveways or even on the street. So, you may get more of them. But in relation to your question directly, man, that is the orangest tree I've ever seen. Holy cow. If you are in, a more affluent area, you're going to have less of those leads. All right, Howie said, so cold calling every added property is key, ? We have primarily been doing direct mail, and the process is certainly a slow one. Well, by nature, Howie, direct mail is a slow process. So I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. Direct mail works, and it works really well. The only problem with direct mail is it costs a lot of money. Sending a text message from your cell phone doesn't cost you anything. You're already paying typically for a plan that includes unlimited texting, or at least I do. My bill's like 60 or 70 bucks a month, and it's unlimited everything. But I like texting through this app. It probably costs me a penny or 2 pennies per text. But, you're talking, 1/10, 1/20th of the cost to send a text message to somebody than to send them a postcard. So there's no right or wrong answer. Any marketing is better than no marketing. Let's be honest here, right? Any marketing is better than no marketing. And, sending a text message is gonna lead to a response. And you may get a lot of responses that, let's see here, should I go left? Let's go left here. And if you get a response that says, who are you? Or I'm not interested, that's gonna create some work. It's gonna create time. Whereas a postcard, they're most likely only gonna call you if they have interest in selling. They're not gonna call you and say, how did you get my address? Why are you sending me a postcard? Right? So it just kind of depends on, what's your budget in terms of dollars and cents? How many dollars and cents do you have to spend on your marketing? Or what's your time allocation budget? How much time are you willing to spend on your marketing? And that's the beautiful thing about marketing, is that it's not just a cost. Typically there's going to be a cost. Gas for your car, or paying for a monthly subscription to a service like this one here, or sending a text message. But you can you can reduce your costs down to just a few $100 a month, or maybe even under $100 a month, if you are willing to do the calling and the texting from a cell phone that you already probably have, from a service that gives you unlimited data and unlimited texting and unlimited calling. But you're going to have a time cost there, right? You're going to have a cost for the amount of time that you're putting in. So when we talk about a marketing budget, we are really referring to two things. How much time are you willing to invest? And how much money are you willing to invest? Man, look at how beautiful these trees are. These leaves are falling so fast. They're going to be gone in a week or two. So there's a definitely, something that has to be said about the budget, right? There's a time budget and there's a monetary budget, and they both matter. You're never just going to have a budget of money in no time, because you have to then answer those calls when you send those postcards out and be available to talk to those people and be eager to go run an appointment, right? This business is not for the lazy. If you are lazy and you're not willing to pick up the phone and call somebody, or be available to answer those calls, or even go check your damn voicemail box and call them back, and I'm going to tell you right now, you probably shouldn't be in this business, or you probably shouldn't, be spending money on your marketing. So the more marketing you do, the more leads you're going to get. And the more leads you get is the more appointments that you're going to have the opportunity to run. And the more appointments you have the opportunity to run, the more deals you're going to get, the more offers you're going to be able to make. And the more offers you make, the more deals you're going to be able to lock up under contract. This is a numbers game, and it's basically like a funnel. I know the word funnel gets thrown around a lot these days, but it's basically the shape of a funnel, right? You got the top of your funnel is all of your marketing efforts. So right now, I am at the top of the funnel. I'm out driving for dollars. I'm looking for people or houses in this case, not people, but houses. I'm looking for houses that show signs of distress. And I'm going to plot those properties on my app here. But that's just the top of the funnel. Next, I have to market to these people. So I can cold call them. I can cold text them. I can mail them. I can go do a lot of different things to let them know that I'm an investor and that I can buy their house if they want to sell. And if they do want to sell, I can provide a ton of convenience. And I can make it really easy for them. But I'm not going to do that for free. I'm going to demand I get a discount. And I'm very transparent with all the sellers that I talk to. I say, hey, my name is Dave, and I buy properties. And I trade a ton of convenience, which is basically cash, as is, and fast. That's really basically what I do. I provide that convenience in exchange for a deal. I don't say discount to the seller typically, but I say a deal, which basically means a discount. And I say, if you're willing to give me a price break on this property, I'm willing to go out of my way to make it so incredibly easy for you, so incredibly easy that you don't have to do anything. If you don't live there already and you're not, you don't want to go, you don't have to go ever again. And really, whatever their motivating factor is, you just play on that. You build on that. So here's the thing about this business, guys. This business is simple. Like, incredibly simple. Oh shit, I gotta get to the doctor. I gotta get going back to where I need to be here. Let me put this in the map. Lifetime. Here we go. This business is so incredibly simple, but it's not always easy. There's a big difference, guys, between simple and easy. It's hard. And what I say by hard, you got to put in the work. It's not going to come easy, but it's simple. There's really not that much to it. You get off your ass, you start marketing, you start driving for dollars, you get a list, and you send them a postcard, or you start cold calling or cold texting them. And you say, hey, I'm looking to buy something in the neighborhood. You got one for sale, or do you have interest in selling? Or do you even want me to come out and give you a free value estimation of your house and tell you what I think the repairs are going to be? Great. Right? But just because something is simple doesn't mean it's easy. You got to put in the work. So when I say simple, I mean, let's talk about that just for a second here, right? This business is simple. There's only 5 or 6 steps. Step number 1, start marketing to motivated sellers. Step number 2, start making offers. You can do that blindly. You can do it on the appointment. Maybe you're virtual wholesaling. You don't run your own appointments. You just make offers and you have somebody else run them, right? So step 2 is just making offers and running appointments. Step 3 is after you have an offer accepted, you market that contract to purchase or the property. It's basically the same thing, but if you want to say and do it exactly like it's supposed to be done, you market your interest in that property, your contract. It gives you what's called equitable interest. But at the end of the day, you're just marketing the property. Let's be real. So you market that property to cash buyers. So people like me that are looking for rehabs and rental properties and whatnot. And then you find that person and you sell the contract to them. You either assign it to them or you double close and you send it to them. That's step 3. Step 4, you get paid. You take all that to the title company and you get paid. So I just broken down this entire business into 4 simple steps. Simple. It is so simple. But the hardest part is finding the deal. And that's why you got to get off your ass and get out and drive for dollars, or get a list and start cold calling or cold texting or marketing via postcards or direct mail. You can do bandit signs. I even have radio advertisements that broadcast my message to the masses. We network with agents. I mean, there's 50 different ways. I actually have a course that I built out called 50 plus ways to find off-market deals. If you guys are interested in that course, let me know. Send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll give you a 75% off coupon code for that course. It'll cost you probably $20. And it shows you 50 different ways to find deals. Driving for dollars is probably one of my favorite ways, guys. All right, I'm going to wrap up here. Let's stop my tracking because I got to head to the doctor's office. Are you sure you want to stop your drive tracking? Yes, I am sure. So we've stopped my drive tracking. And let's see here. It looks like it says I added 15 properties and I did 11.65 miles. 15 properties in an hour's time in an affluent area is pretty good. So usually I can get about 100 to 150 in a lower area. A lower area meaning like a lower affluency area, not as nice houses, not as big, not as valuable. But when you're in these nicer areas, people tend to care for their property a little bit more, and so you're going to get more in those areas, and you're going to get less in the areas like this here. So let's pull up my camera so you guys can see me real quick. I'm headed to the doctor. I hope you guys enjoyed this little driving for dollars. Check out the BatchDriven app, guys. Click the link below or use code DAVE, D-A-V-E. I think it's all caps. I don't know if it matters or not. But it should give you like 50% off your first month of the app. They also have a 7-day free trial. And it is probably truly one of the most efficient ways to find motivated sellers. You're just plotting your properties. And again, from the app, you can send text messages, which is so cool because it has its own text message inbox. So it's not blowing up your phone. If you want to do it from your phone too, that's fine. It's actually going to be cheaper to do it from your own phone, assuming you have an unlimited plan, right? And if you don't have an unlimited plan, maybe go check out an unlimited plan. It may cost you 10 or 20 bucks more a month, but if cost is a motivating factor for you, like you don't have a ton of, extra cash to throw around, well then just do it from your cell phone, right? I like to do it from the app because then if I'm out to dinner with friends or my wife, or I'm just not wanting to have motivated sellers be blowing my phone up all day, I can turn that on or off, those notifications, and I can go in on my own time. Let's roll this window up here. I can go in on my own time and I can find those people that had responded And here's another thing that I want to let you guys know, that those who are still watching here, when you're doing your cold texting, right? The goal is to get somebody on the phone. That's really the goal. So I was just training one of my students 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. Maybe it was even yesterday. I can't remember. But we got him set up with Batch Leads, which is another one of the services that the Batch guys have, and it's an awesome service. You can skip trace. You can skip trace owners. It does list stacking, and you can cold SMS those individuals. I'm getting a call. It took out my camera. I don't know if you can still hear me or not here, guys. Let's see if I can't fix it real quick. Call you back, Lane. Call you back, bud. But when you are, so when you're doing your cold texting, right, even from this app here or any other app or even your cell phone, right, when you are doing cold texting, the goal isn't to text a seller 47 times back and forth. The goal is to just say, hey, I'm looking to buy some property in the area. Do you have one that's for sale? And they say, yeah, I'm interested. Pick up the phone and call them. All right? That's the important thing. And if somebody calls you after you sent them a text message, pick up the phone when they call you. The goal is not to do the entire process via text message. The goal is to use text messaging to get to qualify them, to see if they own that property. And if so, do they have interest in selling the property? And if they do have interest in selling that property, boom, pick up the phone and call them. Deals get done on the phone. All right? It's very rare that you're gonna send somebody a text message and they're gonna say, yeah, I would love to sell it at that price, Dave, that 50 cents on the dollar offer you just made. Send me a contract. It's rare. It's typically doesn't happen. But what does happen is people say, yeah, I'm interested. And then you can text them back and say, cool, do you mind if I call you? Do you have a minute to chat? Or when's a good time for me to reach out to you and let you know that I'm available to come look at this and come buy this house. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit. I got to get into the doctor's office. This video, you should be able to rewatch it or rewind it. Go check out the 7-day free trial on BatchDriven. It is awesome app, guys. It does it all. And I think it's probably the most cost-effective way to find distressed properties, locate motivated sellers, and then open up a line of communication with these people, right? Going around and driving for dollars and just writing down addresses, or in this case, using an awesome app that will allow you to plot those, that's only half of the marketing battle, is locating them. You then got to pick up the phone, send them a postcard, call, text, whatever it may be, to let them know that you are in the business of helping them or buying houses, or hopefully both. All right. So got to run. It was nice chatting with a few of you all today. And I hope everybody has an awesome day. Get out, get the BatchDriven app, check out the free trial, use code DAVE. It's going to give you 50 free skip traces. And get out there and do a deal. You could probably do a deal off the 50 free skip traces. I wouldn't be surprised. So, you guys have an awesome day. Signing off.